I think something that you mentioned with those small invoices, a lot of times companies, they have that small invoice. I've even been guilty of this myself at times. There's that small task or, service work you did or that product that you sold. It feels like I'm not going to send the $26 invoice. And so I'm just going to tack it on to the next one. Whenever we send the next invoice, I'll just add it there so it's all part of one big bill. But you think about from the other side of it, a lot of companies, they're managing their WIP reports for works in progress. It's really key for them to be able to see exactly what they're spending on each job. And if you start lumping things together, it becomes too much.
Let
And
me tell you
so,
something. I'm in our Las Vegas operation. Our production manager here, Miss Tina, you're gonna get a little finger waggle from her if you start putting, because everybody works off POs, right? So if you have a
yep,
job and there's a PO and all of a sudden it's 26 or $82 more, that causes anxiety in people who live and die by the exact numbers those things need to be, and people who are matching up things like budgets and purchase orders. So, um, send me a statement and can have it on there. But you're gonna get a $26 invoice. We're not chasing you for it at net 30 or net 15 or whatever your terms are. But no, it is important. I think that you still create the written record. It's just so much easier to track it for what it needs to be
yeah.
assigned for your own
Well,
reporting.
and something else that I really love whenever I have some contractors that I work with, and they send me a list of mostly quarterly. I don't have any monthly. I know some people that get it monthly. Hey, here's everything that we've billed in the last quarter. And it's a really great report. It's not an invoice. It's just, hey, I just wanted to, so you for your records, and here's what we show, everything that we've invoiced in the past quarter. That's super helpful for me because if I ever have to go back and reference anything, I also just forward it on to my accountant and to see if it's matching up with anything that we have on our end. But that's a really great way to love people's invoice and billing process. Um, One clear thing that I want to say is that a lot of companies struggle with accounts receivable. I've seen literally months worth of overhead expenses in accounts receivable, and that would change a company's outlook and the way they felt day to day. And so much of that can be changed by getting billing out the same week. Just getting
Yeah.
invoices out the same would change everything, and getting people to actually pay those invoices. But um, you're right that there is a way to do it that is a great experience in terms of billing, even though they're forking over money. A lot of times you've got to get rid of that head trash, and you've got to have better processes in place for your team. I think it's a great thing that you're not involved with the finances, because the head trash should be eliminated from it of like, oh, should we bill yet? Did we do a good enough job? I want to make sure it's right before I send the bill. Um, it's delegated to somebody else so that now the
Yeah.
billing department, the department is just, no, did we do it? Okay, it's done. Invoice. It's
Well,
more
you
systematic.
know what? As a person who now infrequently is copied or receives those, um, an invoice, at least I hope our customers know, it's not a demand for payment. It is a piece of information that you should have. If you're a company that runs efficiently in an organized way, you probably have a purchase order you're looking for. We have customers, they will not pay anything unless there's a purchase order number attached to it. There is, so they have a job, and there's a job number, there's got to be a purchase order number. And so I respect that. And so if I happen to see I'm on the receiving end and I'm copied on an invoice, for me it's an opportunity to get some information about what what my own company is up to. I know that sounds terribly out of touch, but it is huge. Here's something else I look for, Khalil, is the terms, right? And so it makes me think about the terms. We've been through, like, we try not to have a bunch of different terms. There was a time, we use QuickBooks Pro Manufacturing as a software, right? And you go in there and you click the terms in the drop down, and there's 75 different pre-written term. And I'm like, oh my, what is this about? Let's get, so we went through a period a while back of cleaning all that up. Our terms are what they are. I'm not going to write new ones. If you're asking for grace or special circumstances, we may very well give it to you. But we'll just know about that, and we make sure that in the staff meetings that we have, the accounting department knows about that. So when we get asked for the final bill and we send it, remember we've given these guys an extra 15 days or an extra 30 days because of the way their customers paying them. We'll do that for good customers. But I look to see, so the terms, the other thing is on an invoice, is it easy for me to see who the contact person is and their phone number is if we have a question on it? Because people make mistakes, both
Yeah.
us and them. I don't want to have to call, I don't want to have my sales rep call a vendor sales rep or a customer sales rep. And they're, we have one in particular, he who shall not be named, about who likes to get involved in the accounting special terms, but he'll say to me, I'll make a call to so-and-so and don't worry, we'll get it worked out. That makes me uncomfortable, right? We have people for that. Let's
Yeah.
include them. But anyway, again, there's been a couple things in my life this month that made me really think about this and go, there really is an opportunity to strengthen relationships with our customers and vendors through the people in accounting that are doing invoicing and paying bills. And I'm sure our listeners that have been doing this a while absolutely know that. But if you're struggling with inconsistent cash flow, if you're struggling with customers that aren't paying you in a timely manner, it may not be the accounting person, right? It's they're not getting the right information. Their process, there's a glitch in their own process. So sometimes their accounting person talking can flesh out what that is. And we're not looking to be, I don't want anybody on the phone from my company calling a customer going, listen, scribble out a check, you little hangnail. I'm tired of the runaround. Right? We really don't have those customers anymore. So
Yeah.
let's keep it pleasant and we know we're doing the work. We know you appreciate it, and the best way to say thank you is to pay your bill. So let's get them the information.
Exactly.